speaking out loud.
We don't know your speak.
Alright, this is my mom and my grandma, and this is my speech. So, imagine a world where one entity controls everything that you buy, like the shoes you wear or the coffee you may drink. It's called a monopoly. Now, monopolies are bullies, and in short, a monopoly is a single entity that dominates a single market or service to where no other markets really have a chance to thrive at all. So now that we know the basics of what a monopoly is, we can move into some of the characteristics that monopoly has. So one corporation owns all in a monopoly. Now, one small corporation, the one monopoly will buy out all the smaller corporations so that this market then has full control over the price. Now, when this market has full control over the price, it has the opportunity to set that price at whatever it wants. And this in turn fluctuates the price either very, very high or very, very low. Now, considering we know some of the characteristics about monopolies now, we can start moving into what a monopoly does to an economy. Now, inflation. Due to monopolies being able to set their price at whatever they want, inflation is a very common characteristic or economic substance that happens, which in turn causes prices to rise because this market has full control over everything in that specific market. For example, an oil company. According to the article Ms. Hayes wrote in 2024, she stated that the economy was simply it was an inefficient economy when so many monopolies were trying to run it all at once. It made the economy, for example, we see in this graph right here that smaller business has to set their prices so much higher than the monopolies, because if you're a monopoly and you have all this money and power to set the price at whatever you want because you own almost all the markets in that specific area, it causes you to be able to set the price at a so much lower standard than, say, a smaller business, which has to set the price at a higher standard. So because of this, it pushes every other market that tries to come into that area out, causing there to be one monopoly controlling that price, therefore negatively impacting the economy. So now that we see what happens to the economy, we can move on to how to address this. So, limited consumer choice. It's basically where the consumer has no pick in that product, because if you want to buy some milk at the store, then if a monopoly has full control over that market, you only have one product of milk to buy, and you have no control over any other prices because it's only one price. And it creates barriers to entry for other markets to come in there and try and create their own product and set their own price, because they cannot compete with these monopolies. They're too big of corporations. So what can we do? We can impose laws, like, for example, in the Sakina article in 2023, it states that a antitrust law is a law where it prohibits monopolies from being able to create a set price on products. So in turn, this creates opportunities for other markets to come in and be able to thrive and be able to pose competition to these markets or these monopolies, which creates, in turn, positively impacts the economy. So because of these laws, we can also promote competition, and these new markets can come in, give competition to these monopolies, and give consumers the ability to purchase other products from other consumers. So as we come to a close, overall monopolies are very significant in our economy, impacting consumers, innovations, and the whole economy as a whole. It can negatively impact the economy, or it could positively impact the economy. But most times, a monopoly is going to negatively impact the economy for all consumers. So it's important to address the problem of monopolies, and it's important to safeguard the consumer and safeguard these products so that we can all in turn have a fair and competition market for everybody. So let us work together to create that fair market so we can all come together and have a fair price.
I think you better not.
Yeah.